I don't know about you guys, but sometimes for me, my rod needs protection. So here is protection. No, it's not what you think it means. These are fly rod sleeves. This is a condensed demo version I have. It shows you generally how it works. It has an expanded end so that it goes over. Let me show you how it works. I've already done, a PR thing for this because I sell these on my website. But today we're going to show you how to make them yourself, which why not? Why not? You won't want to make it yourself. It's too much work. So this is what it does. This is what makes these so. One of the things that makes these so great is they're the right length, and number two is they slide on and off. So what I run into is problems when I'm out fishing by myself, where I pull the rod out of a gunnel in my skiff, and it gets hung right here, and I am frustrated while the fish are jumping right in front of the boat, and I can't get that off, and I'm trying to shake it off. It flies right off into your cockpit of your skiff and is out of the way. So let me show you how you make these. First, we got to go through the materials and the actual tools you need. The reason I'm showing you is because I like to share things. I just like to share, and heck, it's not that hard. It's just a question of this information is spread all over the internet, so you got to find it all, and it's kind of a problem. Nice, huh? Nice little innuendo there. Okay, let's get this box open. These are the materials you're going to need. Let's see here if I can get this open without cutting my leg off. My grandfather always carried a dull knife because he was afraid he was going to cut himself. Isn't that something? That's pretty funny. Here we go. I got 2 rolls of this. This is 50 feet. I use clear. And that's so I can see the rod inside. That's another little bonus that I have in my rod sleeves that I make. Not only are they made to the custom length of your rod, you can see through and see actually what rod is inside the sleeve. Not many guys do that. 50 footers. I got 2 of those from a company. I'll put all this information about where you can get all this stuff is down in the description. I think it was like 80, 90 bucks for 2 rolls of 50 feet. So you can figure out, you just need 1 roll or whatever. And then you're going to need, gosh, there's just not a lot you need. I don't have my spray can here, but I'm going to tell you, that Flexo whatever, that commercial, that guy sprays the stuff on a screen boat and then goes and gets it. That's what you need for the tip. The butt end, actually, this end right here, you spray that after you spread it. I'll show you how it's done, how it's spread out. And then that will keep the end from continuing to fray right there. That stops all that. You're going to need some of these. This is heat shrink set. I got to write that up now. Heat shrink. You need heat shrink. Depends on how the diameter you have and how much you scrunch it down. Heat shrink. Okay. That's that. The hardware tools, a wine bottle. You're going to need one of your leftover wine bottles in any shape you want. This is the shape I prefer for doing my job. Okay, that's that. Heat gun. Gun of heat. You'll need one of these. I need them. I don't know if you need it or not. Maybe you're a blowhard. You could just blow on it and it melts everything. And I use a Weller soldering gun with a cutoff tip that they sell for cutting. They use for cutting off rope, but this is what cuts this loom. That loom stuff. This stuff. This is what they use in jet planes for covering. What do you want to say? It's the sleeve that wiring runs through, and it comes in all kinds of diameters, and I'm sure you can buy it in hundreds of foot lengths if you want to go crazy. Make one for everybody you know. But that's what that is, actually. That's why it does this, and it's a protective. It's not fiberglass. I think it's just plastic. But anyway, that's that. What else do I need in the way of hardware and materials? You're gonna need epoxy. So once you cover this end, get it all twisted in there, heat it down. What I do is I set it up on my vise and mix my epoxy and put it in there on the tip, and that hardens that tip, and it's never ever 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 gonna come loose or come apart in the tip. And it takes, I use like the real quick drying 5-minute epoxy, and it's done in an hour. It's totally hard as a rock. All right, so let's cut away, and I'll show you these processes and voiceover on how you actually make your own rod sleeve. I call them sleeves, fly rod sleeves, because rod socks kind of already taken, and they kind of suck. So it is what it is. Anyway, these are for fly rods, so they're longer and shorter and custom cut. Let's go look at the video, and I can show you exactly the process of making your own fly rod socks. Ah, socks! Fly rod sleeves. Okay, guys, here we go. Get it really hot. Get that soldering gun really, really hot to cut through this. I don't know why it takes so much heat, but it does. So we cut through that nice and clean. Then we go over and we roll it up and twist on your heat shrink to get that on there with the tip, those frayed tips exposed. Very important to have those exposed right there. I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, now we heat down that heat shrink to get it to tighten up. You'll never get it totally tight. Be careful not to burn your mesh underneath. You can burn the tip of it easily, and you know, it doesn't hurt to do that a little bit, but be very careful. Wear a heat protecting glove too while you're doing this. Next, we're going to go to the other end. This is the critical part that makes these so great. We spread that out and stretch the open end over a wine bottle of your choosing, or beer bottle if you like, and with the glove still on to hold that down and pull that down over the spread. Go in with your heat gun, just gradually heating it up. It's very difficult from this angle, showing it for the camera. It's a lot easier than this to do actually in real life. But I had to do it for you guys. Next, we go to the final phase. Next to final phase, actually, the epoxy in the tip. And you can put as much epoxy as you want in there or as little as you want. But what happens is it runs down inside, and it will continue to run until the viscosity changes and it starts to actually harden. So that vice clamp on there is where it stops for sure. And you do want it to stop somewhere. Okay, guys, that is it. Hey guys, it's weeks later, and I got started on editing this video, and I realized I hadn't really finished it. This is the finished product right here. One of my rod sleeves, not socks. And actually, it's not finished. I did not spray this Flexi Seal in here, and it's still holding up. So you might not even need the Flexi Seal. If you use the Flexi Seal, do it outdoors. The stuff is gnarly. And it may not even make a difference, but you make sure that when you spray the Flexi Seal on here that it is open. This is spread open so that that Flexi Seal will take away some of the flexibility actually of this opening. But I like the idea of the Flexi Seal because I'm worried that it's going to fray at the wrong time in the wrong place. If you do order these from me, link right up there. If you order more than one, I color code the tip so that you can tell them apart from the tip, but of course they're see-through. You should be able to see through these and know which rod is in which sleeve. But it's one little extra thing I do is color code the tips on multiple orders. This is the finished product. This is how it looks. Here is the Flexi Seal. Only use it outdoors. This stuff is gnarly, but what happens, I mean, it has a real bad chemical odor, but when it dries, I don't have any on here, but when it dries odorless. All right, guys, this is how you make your rod sleeve. Now you realize what a time-consuming labor of love it would be if you decided to do it yourself. If you don't do it yourself, go to TexasFlycaster.com. I sell them there.